are things we're going to face in our lives that require strength that we don't have on our own. We're going to face obstacles, dreams, challenges that will require more strength than we ourselves have. It'll require supernatural strength, the strength that God has deposited deep on the inside of us. The strength that goes beyond our normal means to get through one more day at that job. The strength to endure with a smile on our face. Or maybe you've been in a marriage that's really not a kingdom marriage. It's not all the romance and passion you dreamed of, but you need to endure and keep going. You need the strength to keep going in that. Maybe you have pain in your body. It's so bad that you have a hard time waking up and getting up in the morning. You need the strength to keep going. And sometimes we face things like a wall that we've hit, and it's hard to get through that wall. We're already tired. It's been a long run. We can see the finish line, but we need the strength for the breakthrough. Maybe you feel like you've been called to speak in front of people, but you have a great fear, like I did, to talk in front of people. You need the strength to break through that. And it doesn't seem like it's here, but the reality is deep within you is Jesus' strength. And we can draw on his strength in our life to overcome the things that we ourselves cannot overcome. David often prayed for strength. He was a strong guy. He was a mighty warrior. And yet he would say, Lord, there's something going on that I need your strength for. I don't have the strength to do it. It says in Psalm chapter 138, he says this in verse 3, as soon as I pray, you answer me. You encourage me by giving me strength. A lot of times there's dreams and things in our heart that are bigger than what we can lift. We won't take on the giant if we don't think we have the strength to do it. When you learn to receive the strength of God, you'll start saying, load up that weight with more weight than I can do. I want as much weight as you can put on there. That dream's not too big for me. Why? Because it's not by my strength, but it's going to be by the strength of the Lord that I take on that weight. And then people will look at you and say, how'd you do that? You're not strong enough for that. And you'll just say, because I get my strength from the Lord. I picked up more than I could lift. I loaded up that weight with a dream that nobody else would take on because I know where my strength comes from.
We all have times in life that we feel tired. We've been doing our best, standing strong, but it's been so long, nothing has changed. Now we're fatigued. We don't feel like we have the strength to raise the children, the strength to fight the illness, the strength to pursue our dreams. God doesn't expect you to be strong all the time. He understands there will be times that we get weary. We don't feel like we can go on. The good news is God doesn't fault us for feeling weak. He doesn't say, what's wrong with you? You need to have more faith. The scripture says, when you are weak, He is strong. When you feel overwhelmed, like you can't go on, He comes in and gives you special strength. Strength that you didn't get on your own. Strength to move forward when you should be stuck. Strength to overcome the addiction. Strength to outlast the opposition. You may feel weak today, fatigued. That is not your destiny. You are going to run and not be weary. You're going to walk and not faint. There's going to be a strength that's not natural, but supernatural. You may look at what you're up against, think, I don't have the strength, the stamina, the endurance, the fortitude. Maybe years ago when I was at the top of my game, but now I'm tired. No, get ready. Special strength is headed your way. When you have special strength, you're going to overcome what looks impossible. You're going to accomplish dreams that seem too far gone. When God gives you strength, you're going to accomplish things you never dreamed you could accomplish. That addiction, the trouble at work, the slowdown in your business, you don't see how you're going to make it. The difficulty is discouraging enough, but on top of that, you're tired. You've been standing strong, but the famine, the lack of things changing has worn you down. In your own strength, you can't. God sees you being your best, raising the children, fighting that addiction, facing that illness. When you run out of strength, don't worry. Help is on the way. You're going to feel strength that you didn't have. Joy when you could be discouraged. Hope when you should be depressed. You're going to have the power to endure.
We can pray for the strength to endure. And there are times when we get hit with a tragedy that is so heavy, it's as though man or woman was not built to weather it without God, without his strength.
God has not brought you this far to leave you. Now, Isaiah said, God gives strength to the weary. He increases the power of the weak. You may be weary today. The good news, strength is coming. Maybe you feel weak. You're worn down by everything that's going on, the pandemic, the unrest, the uncertainty. God is saying, I'm about to increase your power. I'm about to make you stronger. It's not something you have to muster up. You don't have to make it happen. It's the hand of God lifting you, empowering you, re-energizing you, strength to try again, strength to step up to a new level.
You know, when we're in a tough place, distress, that negativity, it can fall over us like a blanket, like a shroud of despair and hopelessness. And it can keep us from really hearing what God's trying to do. David was like, I don't think I can hear from the Lord yet. I need strength to encourage me out of this negativity first. I need to get my hope back on. I need to get the disappointment off of my life right now. I need to get back into the idea that God is greater. Where's my help gonna come from? My help is gonna come from the Lord. That negativity lifted off of him when he asked for strength, and now it's get me the answer that I need. How do we strengthen ourselves in the Lord? Just turn your eyes back to the Lord. Lord, I don't have enough strength for this right now. Give me the strength to endure. Let your unlimited resource strengthen me on the inside by your Spirit. Moses said this, the Lord is my strength. He is my song and my salvation. David said the same thing in the Psalms. The Lord is my strength. He was saying there's a strength I gain that maybe other people don't have. The Lord is my strength. It's as though to say, I'm a little different than everybody else on this planet. Everybody else is operating by their own strength, but if you want to know why I get a different result from everybody else, it's because I have made the Lord my strength. You know, don't think for a second that it was by Moses' own strength that the Israelites left Egypt. Don't think for a second that it was by Moses' strength, his own strength, that the sea parted and the Israelites crossed on dry land. That was the strength of the Lord. Don't think for a second that water came out of the rock when Moses tapped it with a stick, that was Moses' strength. That was the strength of the Lord. And don't think for a second that when David defeated the bear and defeated the lion, that was by his strength or might. That was the strength of mighty God on his life. And don't think for a second that when the giant fell at the hand of David's sling, that was David's strength. He was operating in the strength of his God. And don't think for a second that you can't operate in that same strength. For greater is he that's within you than he that's in the world. I don't know what you're facing, but I know you can call on mighty God for strength.